Okay, we're going to tie together the similarities of equations and inequalities with quite a tricky lesson, which is going to be dealing with fractions, so fractional equations and inequalities. So we know that there's a lot of similar characteristics in how we deal with equations and inequalities, and there is too when fractions are involved, so let's tie it together and have a look at these. Okay, so let's try and start quite easy going. A half x take away 4 is equal to 6, so you can see that we're dealing with a fraction here. So dealing with a fraction is not ideal, it's quite awkward, but the nature in which we learned to solve equations and inequalities by balancing both sides, that can really help us out here. Now the thing that's causing difficulty here is the divide by 2 here. Now we can get rid of that difficulty then by multiplying that side by 2, and that would mean that the divide by 2 and the multiply 2 would cancel out. But in order to keep the equation balanced, I would need to go to the other side of the equation and also multiply that by 2. Okay, so the multiply by 2 and the divide by 2 then cancel out, and that just leaves me with 1x. Okay, now I need to multiply everything on this side by 2, so the minus 4 also gets multiplied by 2 and becomes minus 8. And then I've multiplied this side by 2, and 6 2's are 12. And then just solve it as normal, add 8 to both sides, and I will get x equals 20, final answer. So let's just go over that again. So the fraction causing difficulty, divide by 2. So the divide by 2, I can then eliminate that by multiplying by 2. But if I'm going to do that to that side, I need to keep the equation balanced. Whatever you do to one side, you need to do it to the other, so I need to multiply that side by 2 as well. Then the times by 2, divide by 2 cancel out, just leaves me with 1x. And 2 times minus 4 is minus 8, 6 times 2 is 12, and then I solve it as a simple equation as normal. Okay, let's try an example 2. Let's go for 1/5 of x minus 6 is equal to 4. Okay, so the divide 5 is causing difficulty, so I'm going to multiply this side by 5 to eliminate that, but also need to multiply this side by 5. So the divide by 5 times 5 cancel out and leave me with 1x. 5 times minus 6 is minus 30, and then 4 5's are 20. Let's to left, numbers to the right, get rid of minus 30 by adding 30 on, and that will give me x equals 50. So let's go over this one. The divide 5 is causing difficulty, so eliminate it by multiplying by 5, but I would need to multiply the other side by 5. So everything on this side gets multiplied by 5. Divide by 5 times 5 cancels out, leaves me with 1x. 5 times minus 6 is minus 30, 4 5's are 20, and then I solve it as usual. Okay, let's try another one, example 3. Okay, 2/3 x plus 5 is equal to 9. Okay, what's causing difficulty this time is the divide by 3. So eliminate that by multiplying by 3, but I'll need to also multiply that side by 3. Okay, divide by 3 times by 3 cancel out, leave me with 2x, and then 5 times 3 is 15. 9 times 3 is 27. Letters to the left, numbers to the right, equal signs in the middle. Take 15 off of both sides, leaves me with 2x equals 12. Bring the 2 down, divide, x equals 12 divided by 2, and x is equal to 6. Okay, let's try another. And 4/5 p plus 7 is less than 15. Okay, so what's causing the challenge this time? Divide by 5, so eliminate that by multiplying by 5, but I'll need to do the same thing to the other side. Okay, times by 5, divide by 5, cancel out, give me 4p, and 5 times 7 is 35. So remember, I'm multiplying everything on that side by 5. Divide by 5 times 5, cancel out, and 5 times 7 is 35. Is less than, take your time, 15 times 5, and that will give me 75. Letters to the left, numbers to the right, inequality in the middle. Okay, so I'll need to take 35 away from both sides, which will give me 4p is less than 75. Take away 35 is 40. Bring the 4 down, divide. P is less than 40, divide by 4. And p is less than 10, final answer. Okay, let's try an example 4. 3/4 of the bracket x minus 1 is less than 4x minus 1. Okay, so the divide by 4 this time is causing difficulty, so eliminate that by multiplying both sides by 4. So 3/4 of the bracket just becomes 3 lots of the bracket now. The divide by 4 times before cancel out. So that will give me 3 bracket x minus 1 is less than, well, 4 times 4x is 16x, and 4 times minus 1 is minus 4. And they're going to open this up. 3x minus 3 is less than 16x minus 4. Okay, let's do left numbers to the right, inequalities in the middle. 3x is okay, but minus 3 is not, so I'm going to add 3 to both sides. They'll cancel out and give me 3x is less than 16. Minus 4 plus 3 is minus 1. Okay, let's do left numbers to the right, inequality in the middle. So I need to get 16x off of both sides. Be careful, 3x take away 16x, take your time, that's minus 13x is less than minus 1. I'm now going to do what we did last time out, which is divide through by a negative, which means I need to flip the inequality at the point of division. And then the two negatives will cancel out to leave me with x is more than 1 over 13, final answer. Okay, let's try a couple more. Example 5. 5 minus 3/5 bracket 2p plus 1 is equal to 4p minus 5. That's causing awkwardness this time. It's to divide by 5, so I'm going to eliminate that by multiplying both sides of the equation by 5. Okay, everything needs to get multiplied by 5. 5 times 5 is 25. Okay, the times of 5 divide by 5 cancel out to give me just minus 3 lots of the bracket, 2p plus 1. And then I'm multiplying everything by 5, so 5 times 4p is 20p, and 5 times minus 5 is minus 25. I'm then going to do the multiplication before the subtraction. So it's 25 minus 6p minus 3 is equal to 20p, which should have been 20p up there, 20p minus 25. Okay, I'm now going to collect together terms on this side. So the 25 minus 3 will be 22, so it's 22 minus 6p is equal to 20p minus 25. Okay, let's do left numbers to the right, equal sign in the middle. Okay, so I need to get rid of 22 from both sides, which will leave me with minus 6p is equal to 20p. Now just be careful here, we've got minus 25 and we're travelling down 22. So it's minus 25 degrees, but it's getting 22 degrees colder. That'll bring me down to, take your time, minus 47. Okay, repeat the process, letters to the left, numbers to the right, equal sign in the middle. Okay, letters to the left, so minus 6p is fine, but 20p is not, so I need to get rid of 20p from both sides. Minus 6p minus 20p minus 26p. What's left on this side is minus 47. And then bring the minus 26 down, divide minus 47 over minus 26. The only thing that can be done there is to cancel the negatives to give me 47 over 26, final answer. Okay, let's try an example 6. 2/3 of 2n plus 1 is less than 3/4 of n plus 5. Okay, now we've got a problem here, which is if we multiply through by 3 to get rid of this 3 here, That still won't eliminate the fraction on this side because it appears on this side that we need to multiply through by 4. Now in this occasion what we need to look for then is the lowest common multiple. Okay, so multiples of 3 are 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, so on. Multiples of 4 are 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, and so on. Now, just bear with me with this one. The lowest common multiple for 3 and 4 then, as we can see, is 12 is common and it's lowest one, so we're going to multiply both sides by 12. Now, we know that multiplying by 12 is the same as multiplying by 3 and multiplying by 4, or multiplying by 4 and multiplying by 3, it's the same thing. Okay, so if we multiply through by 3, that first of all cancels that out, but then if we multiply through by 4, that gives me 8. 8 bracket 2n plus 1 is less than. So if we multiply through by 12 by multiplying through by 4 and then multiplying through by 3, well, multiplying through by 4 cancels them out, and then I'll multiply through by 3 to give me 9. 9 bracket n plus 5. Okay, so I've now eliminated the fractions. 16n plus 8 is less than 9n plus 45. Okay, let's continue on. Letters to the left, numbers to the right, inequalities in the middle. 16n is okay, but 8 is not. So we need to eliminate 8 from both sides. Leaves me with 16n is less than 9n plus, take your time, 45 take away 8 is 37. Okay, letters to the left, numbers to the right. 16n is okay, but 6n is not, 9n is not, so I need to get rid of 9n from both sides. 16n take away 9n is 7n is less than, what we're left with on this side, 37. Now bring the 7 down, divide. 37 over 7 cannot be simplified. Final answer. Okay, let's try another awkward one like this. So 3/5 bracket 1 plus 4x is equal to 2/7 bracket x minus 6. Okay, now multiplying both sides by 5 won't do the job because it will certainly eliminate that 5 there, but it won't eliminate that 7 there. In fact, it will just make life more complicated, and for the same reason multiplying by 7 won't do over here. So I'm going to find my lowest common multiple of 5 and 7. So 5 is 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50 and so on. What about 7? Well, it's 7, 14, 21, 28, 35, 42, 49, 56, 63 and so on. Okay, I can now locate the lowest common factor. The lowest common factor, as I can see, is 35. So I'm going to multiply both sides of this equation by 35. Now, over here, I'm going to think about it as multiplying by 5 and multiplying by 7. And over here, multiply by 7 and multiply by 5. Okay, multiply by 5 cancels the divide by 5. But I still need to multiply by 7. Gives me 21 lots of the bracket. Over on this side, multiply by 7 cancels them out, and then 5 times 2 is 10, 10 lot of the bracket. Okay, so 21 times 1 is 21, 21 times 4x is 84x is equal to 10 times x is 10x, and 10 times minus 6 is minus 60. Letters to the left, numbers to the right, the equal sign is in the middle. Okay, so I need to eliminate 21 from both sides. Leaves me on this side with 84x is equal to 10x, and then I've got minus 60 minus 21. Take your time, you're at minus 60, you get down 21, that's minus 81. Let's repeat the process. 84x is okay, but 10x is not, so I need to eliminate 10x on both sides. 84x take away 10x is 74x, and that's equal to minus 81. Bring 74 down, divide, and that's minus 81 over 74, final answer.